Welcome back. If you're new, welcome. I'm Troy. Welcome to my circus, where it gets downright and dangerous up in here, and chaotic and crazy, and maybe a touch neurotic. But I have me a host here, which is Buffy the Vampire Slayer in all of her miniature and plastic form. She's going to be the icon of the month. She's going to be the one that's going to help me slay this TBR. I haven't read a mystery at all so far this year, which is, blasphemy, child, blasphemy. Nevertheless, I'm tucking back into my wheelhouse. And here are the books that I've chosen to read for March Mystery Madness, giving two stipulations. One, no library books, because I have enough unread books on my shelf. And two, no purchases, which I slipped up and did anyway, So me. As Margaret says, so me. But first, I got to have me a moment here. Oh, okay, they're going to fall. They're going to fall. What? Moment's over. Moment's over. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. I put them in alphabetical order, and that is the way in which I'm hoping Buffy will keep me straight and narrow in slaying this list down. So I won't have to worry about which one to pick up next. And the first one is actually Madeline Oates, Where There's a Witch. Two things. Number one, this is the 5th book in the series. Number two, there's some wood on the cover. Yup. Some wood, because she got a wood desk. I have got to finish this series. It's one of my favorite cozy series for its subtlety when it concerns magic. Maggie is the main protagonist of this series, and she operates within this magic shop with this woman named Felicity, and they are both, in metaphysical terms, witches. This is going to have a carnival coming into the small community that Maggie resides in, but she's going to witness a construction worker arguing with some woman, we don't know who this woman is, but the point is that later on down the line, the woman is found murdered, and of course, the most clearest implication is going to be turned towards this construction worker that she's had an argument with. And then, of course, as the plot moves along, all the little subtle witchiness and witchy terms and witchy things start to come about. But anyway, love this series. I really do adore this series. And next, I got Robert Greer's The Devil's Hat Band, and the number 5, 1 letter, 2, 3, 4, 5. His last name. That's what's going to work. Anyway, Robert Greer is a black mystery writer, and he writes the C.J. Floyd mystery series, which follows a black bail bondsman named C.J. Floyd. Go figure, right? But anyway, this is the first book. Had it on my shelf for quite a while. Finally getting a chance to read it. But what C.J. Floyd's debut mystery involves, it involves this federal judge who has hired him as a bail bondsman to find his daughter, his debutante daughter, who's gone missing. C.J. Floyd ends up tracking the girl, and come to find out she's actually aligned herself with these eco-terrorists. These eco-terrorists whose main mission at the current moment is to dismantle the cattle industry, because this series takes place in like Denver and Colorado and etc., things like that. But of course, between the eco-terrorists and the cattle industries, there's a murder that takes place in which C.J. Floyd has to uncover who the culprit was behind. Don't know if it's the girl who got murdered, but the point is that I just find this to be it's a plethora of unique things that has really drawn this book to me. Next, I have another cozy, but probably technically not, which is Somebody Else's Child by Terrace McMahon Grimes. This is actually a black woman writer. There she is there. And I just kind of recently discovered this series. It only consists of 2 books, but it follows this woman named Teresa Galloway. The main issue that Teresa, as an amateur sleuth, gets into is that her mother calls her fearing for some activity that's taking place in her neighborhood. Later on down the line, a home is bullet-ridden, which unfortunately it kills a grandmother, but that grandmother's child ends up going missing, and that's when Teresa steps in to not only solve the murder, but also, beat the streets back to find out what happened to that child. So Somebody Else's Child is fine. It's on my list. And as it concerns March Mystery Madness, it's a tree house right here. That's wood. Trees, wood, see? It's a tree house. And then the next book on my list is Sherilyn A. Head's Bury Me When I'm Dead. This is the first book in her Charlie Mack Motown mystery series. Motown, Detroit. She's based in Detroit. But anyway, number 5. 1 word, 2 word, 3 words, 4 words, 5 words. Bury Me When I'm Dead. That's 5 words in the title, okay? See, I know how to make stuff work. Oh my God, lots of things, lots and lots of things. Number 1, this is a black woman author writing mysteries. That's my wheelhouse. That's one of the primary spokes in my wheelhouse and foundation of cement. Main amateur sleuth is a woman, of course, very much one of my things. Black woman who is a private investigator. She actually identifies as a lesbian. In this book, she's going to be traversing both the troubles of her sexual orientation, along with caring for her mother, who suffers from the beginning stages of Alzheimer's. And then on top of that, although her base is in Detroit, she's going to be traveling to Birmingham, Alabama, to solve a missing persons case once she's, of course, being retained or whatnot. So lots and lots of things going on here. Absolutely, positively beyond the moon and the stars and the moon, the man in the moon who flies across the moon. Cannot wait. Okay, just let it be known. Just let it be known. Okay, y'all know how I get down. And on that note, as they say in the South, don't you fret none. We will be back with the second half of my hashtag March Mystery Madness TBR 2020 in the middle of the month. You know why? Because I gotta really take down these four books first. So there's more to come, and stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys so much for joining me here. It really is a blessing. But in the meantime, go ahead and drop me a comment down below as to what it is that you have planned for reading in March Mystery Madness. This is its 5th anniversary event. Anyway, thank you so much. And as always, take care of yourself, love yourself, and read all the books that you want to read. Like I said, we will be back for part 2.